And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. We love y'all to pieces. Thank you. Got a Thursday night edition of the Doing All Right here. And look, if y'all ain't doing nothing, don't change the channel now. Stay tuned. But when you're done here, go watch the episode of the draft show that we did today. Somebody said I was a little more calm today, Bryan Broaddus, and I, maybe you and Woolchuck bring different energy out of me than Tommy and Nick does. But if anything, I think me, you, and Woolchuck fight louder. I think I screamed a little bit today. I
do. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think there's a certain element of passion, and not that Tommy and Kyle don't have passion for what we're doing, but I think there's a way that, you try and get your point across. Yeah. You be respectful about it. I think you do a good job with it. That's one of the great things why I love having you on the draft show. I think you have a great opinion, and you understand how that show should work. And that's what people tune in, because they want to hear opinions. They want to hear some disagreement. They want to hear some why this and why not that. So we're not always right, but it's nice to, Wolchek, he is really anchored in on Warren, the tight end from Penn State.
Yeah.
I mean, he's adamant about that. And you know what? He damn well could be right, but he damn well could be wrong too.
Sure.
So it's nice to see passion. Whether you're right or wrong, it's nice to see the passion for position groups, for players, for team building. Those are things that right there, that's the stuff that I miss. When people ask, well, what do you miss most about the NFL? I miss doing this. I miss sitting in a room and discussing it with guys and gals about, where this thing, how we're going to build this team.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. I really, really do. I'm going to challenge you a little bit today.
Please.
With stuff, if that's okay.
Hell yeah.
Voch, I'm an old scout, old crusty scout, as they say. Pro Football Focus was not around when I was scouting.
Yes, sir.
They've grown. They have a lot of people really like their work. I'm one of these guys that if initially I'm like, how the hell are they scouting all these players? How the hell are they scouting these players every play? How the hell, there's a lot of things going on. I do respect them though. I do respect them. Now, the more I've kind of, those guys, there's a couple of guys, the guys that run it don't like me at all.
Damn.
I mean, I've interviewed them at the Super Bowl. They're not big fans of mine. John Oning, big fan. I mean, John Oning's he's a good dude. Yeah. And, he's with Pro Football Focus. So, but the guys who are the top dogs, they're not a huge fan of mine because I've been critical at times.
Yeah.
Been outspoken about it. But I do respect their work. I do appreciate what they do, the process they go about. And I really am starting to appreciate more about their about some of the stories and stuff that they're putting out, some of the things that make you think. They had a story here recently, or an exercise, where they tried to match players in this current draft with schemes of coaches. So, for example, you had to try and figure, okay, if you knew Kyle Shanahan's scheme, Robert Saleh's scheme,
sure,
and you try and take players and match how those players play within that scheme.
Yep.
So it's a good exercise. So what I want to do with you tonight, and what I have is they have it broken down into different schemes. We'll do the offense first and hopefully get to the defense if we don't take too terribly long on this.
Sure.
But here are the different breakdowns. We have an offense. We have the Shanahan scheme. Notable play callers: Kyle Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, Clint Kubiak. What's the goals of the Shanahan scheme? Successful outside zone run scheme, explosive plays created via play action passing, maximize yards after catch. Don't feel like that our coach falls into that scheme, do you? When I list those goals, does that sound like what maybe Brian Schottenheimer might want to be doing?
Nah. Schottenheimer, there's going to be a wide zone element, and at least that's what they're selling us on. We're gonna have to see.
Okay.
But we're gonna let Dak operate. We're gonna throw the ball a bunch. I think those Shanahan trees, I think they're a I think they're run heavy offenses or whatever. I think the Cowboys kind of want to throw the ball, even though they say they want to run the ball a little bit. But we'll have to see, Brian. We'll have to see.
Okay. The next scheme, modern spread RPO, run pass option scheme.
Yeah.
Notable play callers: Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni, Kellen Moore, Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
The goal: efficient inside zone run scheme, high RPO rates, create mismatch versus man coverage.
This is where I think the Cowboys were really bad last year. They didn't have an identity.
Okay.
They wanted to do some of this stuff.
Okay.
But the element of Dak running just wasn't there.
Okay.
So Brian, it'll be a lot of times we'll be running read option.
Yeah.
The edge crash. Quarterback's supposed to pull.
Yeah.
But Dak don't pull. You know?
Don't pull. Hand off and and you're going nowhere.
I would assume that ain't just Dak constantly making mistakes, because if that was the case, the offense coordinator would just stop calling it. I just think that those plays were not designed for Dak to run. Now, when Joe Milton gets here, we may be a RPO running ass team. Bryan Broaddus, ain't no telling.
All right.
But as of how it's currently put together,
but right now,
yeah,
this is not us.
No, sir, that's not us. That's not us.
Okay, let's go to area 3.
Sure.
Area 3 is multiple run read option scheme. This is Todd Monken, Cliff Kingsbury, Greg Roman, pre-Chargers. Goals: quarterback-centric offense that allows for the dual threat quarterback. Multiple run schemes includes pullers, misdirection, and options. Varied passing game depending on the type of passer.
That's definitely not us, bro. Dak ain't running nowhere. Dak ain't running. Joe Milton might, but Dak ain't running nowhere, Brian.
All right, those are the 3 schemes, though.
If anything,
those are the 3.
If anything, we're closer to the first one than I would say. We're closest to the first one. I mean, I don't see a bunch of RPOs from us, Brian, and a big part of RPO is, well, Brian, we might be the second one then, Brian. We just don't do it right. Mike McCarthy
Wait a minute now.
Wait
a minute. Multiple run read option. It's saying multiple run schemes that include pullers, misdirection, and option.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to try and be with our pin and pulls and our leads and our Is that? I mean, I'm kind of thinking. When we were talking about this, I was kind of thinking, okay, are we inside zone, RPOs? No, not really. Not much. Yeah. The first scheme requires successful outside zone runs, explosive plays, create out play action. That hasn't been. Yeah. Maximize yards after catch. Really haven't hasn't been the case. I think they want to be number 3.
Sure.
Now your quarterback's not dual threat, but
that's the problem.
He might. Could he run?
He could probably run around. He probably won't be effective as some of these other guys, but he can probably run around a little bit.
Okay, but do you think they want to do the multiple run schemes, including pullers, misdirection, and options? Does that sound like a little bit of a pin and pull offense? Sure. And that's coming from that means that maybe this is some of the stuff that we've seen in Arizona, right? Some of the things that they do.
Now, that's fair. Now, Bryan Broaddus, I was thinking from a Schottenheimer perspective, right?
Right.
If Clay Adams comes in here and changes all this up, you on to something, Bryan Broaddus, 100%.
Clayton Adams. Clayton Adams.
Because that's exactly how they get down. They get down with the multiple runs, and they had a running back and a running quarterback that can do it. Kyler Murray that can do it. Yep.
Yeah. But okay, why would you go to that, hire him as a coordinator? If your quarterback wasn't a dual threat guy and wasn't pullers and misdirection and things like that.
I think they want to do some of those things. They're going to have to tweak it. I don't see Dak getting 10 carries a game. I just don't
Yeah.
see it. I think they're going to keep a lot of the passing concepts and they're going to keep some running concepts. But
Yeah.
Brian, I think there's going to be a lot of the Arizona stuff, but I think a lot of this is going to be what we were last year, but just a little bit better. But just a small bit better. Brian, the from the route combos for the wide receivers and actually having a run scheme. If we had last year's offense with a purposeful run scheme and our wide receivers wasn't just running the field and turning around, the scheme wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. So where do you think they fit then? Where do you think they fit? Where do you think that Brian Schottenheimer is going to fall in these three scenarios?
I think it's going to be that third tier, but they're going to try to steal from the first tier. I think they're gonna watch Shanahan and them and take a couple of plays from them. But I think for the most part, I think it's gonna be leaning on quarterback, leaning on multiple runs. They say they want to run the football, Brian. I can't help but to believe them. They might be lying to us, but they keep saying that's what they want to do. So maybe group 3.
All right, group 3.
Yeah,
these are the offensive players. Again, the goals for the multiple run read option scheme is quarterback-centric offense that allows the dual threat. We're kind of struggling with that part of it.
Yeah.
But the quarterback does have capability of running. It's just not.
It ain't the best.
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah.
Multiple run schemes, pullers, misdirections, options, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, varied passing game depending on type of passer. All right, here you go. Here are the players that you need for that scheme that you can draft. You ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
Jalen Milroe should be your quarterback.
Damn straight.
Ashton Genty should be your running back.
Oh, Brian Genty can work all these schemes. Sure, but go ahead.
Matthew Golden should be wide receiver 1.
I agree.
Jack Besh, TCU, should be wide receiver 2.
Sure.
Isaiah Bond should be wide receiver 3.
They lost me.
Terrence Ferguson from Oregon should be your tight end.
He's the yak guy. So, yeah, I'm with him.
Josh Connerly should be your left tackle.
Athlete, yeah.
Wyatt Millum should be your left guard from West Virginia.
Not an athlete, but he was a tackle playing guard now, so sure.
Seth McLaughlin should be your center from Ohio State.
We have talked about him and his athleticism, so sure.
We sure have. Sure have. Right guard should be Tate Ratledge from Georgia.
Some mauling guard, sure. Okay, I see what they're doing.
And the right tackle.
Armand Membu?
No.
Chase Lunch?
Is it a Johnny Cornelius from Oregon?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They don't want a good right tackle. They just want an athlete. All right, cool. I can take that. Live with that.
They say the vision for this offense is similar to those run in present and past by players like Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Cam Newton. Being that Jalen Milroe is the quarterback here, the offense will be built around his dynamic rushing ability and powerful arm that racked up 45 big-time throws over the past 2 seasons. So that's what they're saying there. Now, all right, can we play this game? And maybe this is not fair to you.
It's all right.
You like Genty.
Yes, sir.
There.
Yes, sir.
You like Golden. He's one of your guys.
Yeah.
All right. You're okay with Jack Besh from TCU.
Yes, sir.
Give me another receiver 3. Because I know pair somebody with Golden, Besh that sound like to me they're looking at outside, and then Bond probably being the slot.
Jalen Noel, Iowa State.
There you go.
I can see him being that guy. Gets downfield, vertical stuff, some yak stuff down bottom, can run around pretty fast, quickly. He's he could take your sweeps and reverses and things like that.
Yeah.
He'll probably be a bona fide slot guy for you, but he can go outside sometimes. I'm taking Jalen Noel for them.
Is there any chance, and we really like this kid,
sure.
Is there any chance we take Williams from Washington State here? Now, I've got Noel above Williams from Washington State.
Sure.
But any chance that you would think about taking Williams, Washington State there?
I think they're Yeah, they're the same kind of guy. I just think Noel's a little better at all the things. But
Oh no, I've got
Yeah.
Noel better. I've got
Yeah.
Noel better, but I just wondered would you consider our guy Williams there at that spot?
I would definitely take him over what's the name there? I'll take Nick Nash over Bond. Over Bond. I think all those guys are working the slot pretty well.
Kyle Williams is who I was talking about from Washington State.
Yeah, Kyle.
So
Yeah.
we got Noel above Kyle Williams there.
Yep.
So okay. Let's talk about this then. Let's talk about this next thing though. What do you think about? Is there any of these offensive linemen you'd like to take? I mean, okay, Ferguson, the tight end's a yak guy. You're right about that. You're right about that.
Yep.
Connerly's got athletic ability, right?
Yes, sir.
Connolly, man, their center McLaughlin I think he's really athletic.
Yes, sir.
Our two guards are not that athletic on this thing, right?
They are not at all, Bryan Broaddus. And I got some guards for you. If you want some guards that can move around a little better than those dudes, if you want a guy that's going to go high in the draft, Gray's able to do it for you. And he's a guy that could play either guard for you, and just as an athletic dude, he could play one of those tackles since you got Cornelius out there. But Brian, this is one of our guys that we found later on in the film watching process or whatever.
Yeah.
But Connor Colby from Iowa.
There you go.
He's a dude. He's a dude that he can be nasty and physical like the other guys, but he's much more athletic than them. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go. You got it. No, you got it. You're on a roll.
And then Iowa was doing some of that wide reach stuff anyway. You know what I mean? So if you want the athletes, you want the pullers, get Zabel and Connor Colby from Iowa. So
yeah, I just think they went. I think they went super. They went athletic.
They're power guys. Milam and Ratledge are power bad feet dudes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying because you're talking about multiple run schemes that include pullers and misdirection. I don't know how much I'm pulling Milam, and I don't know how much I'm pulling Ratledge.
I'm pulling neither one.
And I'm trying to remember how much I really wanted to even pull Cornelius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm going back. Let me look at my notes.
Sure.
Started right tackle for the Ducks from Rhode Island. Kids from Harlem, New York. We've talked about that. He's 6'5", he's 310. He leans, he ducks. He tends to get stressed out by rushers who are quick. His hands, his punch don't always work well together. There needs to be better coordination there. His timing could be off. Thought he had decent technique in the running game. It's much better when it came. Okay, here you go. Much better when it came to angle or down blocks than, say, driving his man off vertically.
Well, there's your pinning right there.
There's your pinning. Was asked to play in space on screens and pulls to get out, but can be a step slow. I think I said this, size and length plus his experience will get him drafted on day 3.
Yeah.
So I could probably come up with somebody better at that right tackle spot.
Better right tackle, my guy that I've been talking about, Chase Lunt from UConn.
No question.
Athlete,
no question.
Wide zone, pull,
no question.
Physical.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
there you go.
Much better.
There you go.
Much better.
All right. So we feel like there's some, but for the most part, we kind of like the skill with the exception of Bond.
Yes, sir.
And we would adjust the offensive line. So, okay, that's for the offense.
That's fire.
All right, here comes the defense. And Pro Football Focus, like I say, this is all. I love this what they're doing. By the way, I love these kinds of things. They have it broken down into different areas. Now they specifically. So we don't have to. I'm not saying guess, but we don't have to try and figure it out.
Sure.
They immediately identify Matt Eberflus as a zone-based 4-2-5 guy. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
Yeah.
The group that Eberflus is with, Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, and Shane Bowen. are the guys that he's with. Here's their goals of the 4-2-5. Apply pressure with four-man rush, low blitz rate. High zone coverage rates, generally cover 3 or cover 4. Penetrate interior gaps in the run defense. Oso Digizua. Okay.
Penetrate interior gaps. So the 3 and the 1, they get in the field heavy in the run scheme. Gotcha.
Mainly the 3.
Mainly 3 for
Mainly
sure.
the 3. Yeah. But okay. Robert Saleh, D'Amico Ryans, Matt Eberflus, Shane Bowen. Here are your 4-2-5 defenders. Edge, Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M.
Of course. Of course, man.
Edge, JT Tuimalau, Ohio State. Interior, Mason Graham, Michigan.
Sure.
Interior, Jamari Caldwell, Oregon.
Okay. He's gonna get up field. Sure.
Linebackers, Demetrius Knight, South Carolina.
Okay, big boy.
Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame.
Jesus, man. Come on, PFF. Okay.
Outside corner, Jihadi Barron, Texas.
Okay, love that.
Outside corner, Darian Porter, Iowa State.
I was thinking that Brian, you remember I told you months ago he gonna be like a cover 3 dude?
Yeah.
Tall, huh?
Yeah.
Don't miss shows. Go ahead, Brian.
Slot corner. Drum roll, please. Jacob Parrish, Kansas State.
Okay, I like that.
Safety. Drum roll, please. Andrew Makuba, Texas. Other safety, R.J. Mickens, Clemson. Makuba and Mickens played together.
Okay.
In college, but they're both at Clemson.
Okay.
All right. Let me go to, we all kind of, okay, the linebacker, the defensive lineman, we're all about Mason Graham. We're all about him.
We ain't getting no pressure rushing for with damn Tuimalau and Stewart.
See, here's their line. While there were some mild chances taken, including hoping for pass rush development of Shamar Stewart and JT Tuimalau, Graham's presence inside mitigates that a bit.
It don't. It doesn't. It does. Brian, we've seen Osa Odigizua not make Marshawn Neal a good pass rusher. We've seen this. What you mean? Brian, neither one of those guys gets sacks, and I'm not development guy. I'll keep it in the same round for you. So if they got Stewart as a first round guy, I think Mike Green is a player that'll get pressure for you by yourself as a round 1 guy.
Preach.
Tuimalau, I got him. Look, I would rather you take Josiah Stewart as a pass rusher than damn Tuimalau.
Michigan, right?
Michigan, yes, sir. And look, if that don't work, take Elijah Roberts. I love him from SMU. He's a power rusher, but he's a guy that gets sacks. He gets pressure as a power rusher or whatever. You can't tell me you're trying to get pressure with 4 and not blitz very much.
And rush those two?
Oh, good. And then if you're not blitzing much, why would you take Kaiser and Knight who have pass rush ability? Come on,
okay, man. Here we go. At the second level, Notre Dame's Jack Kaiser and South Carolina's Demetrius Knight complement each other well. According to Pro Football Focus, Kaiser amazingly earned at least an 80% Pro Football Focus run grade defense for 5 straight seasons. He's a bit inconsistent in coverage, but that's where Knight comes in. Knight has earned an elite 92.4 Pro Football Focus coverage grade over the past 2 seasons.
Brian, I ain't trying to hear none of this. Man. I ain't trying to hear what these people talking about, man. Brian, I'm not here. Hey, you know what? I see why PFF don't like you, because you was just being honest. You was just telling the truth.
This whole show is not trying to bash pro football. I was trying to get the names. I'm trying to get the names. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get the names right. I think all right. Give me a cover linebacker and give me a run defending linebacker.
Brian, let me tell you something. That's all you need right here.
I knew you were going to do this.
This all you need right here, Brian. You see this kid right here? Brian, you see this devil right here?
Yeah,
that's all you need right there. Brian, we could play dime with this kid right here. Just put him in Mike and let him fly. Brian, I'm gonna start saying this more just to put it out there. Swessinger is my 44 guy. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna. I think he's gonna be my stand on the table 44 guy. We talk about a run, pass, blitz. Coverage, sideline to sideline, whatever you want to do, man. And then there's not this idea that because Carson, Knight and Jack Kaiser, neither one of them can run, Brian. Like they're not going to be side. And look, maybe the down safety helps with that, but I don't want to lose the ability to run just because I got size. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get Carson Swessinger, who's down 245 now. Who he been eating his protein, and I'm gonna let him be my main linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And if I want a guy that's gonna compliment him or whatever, hey man, Kobe King, Teddy Buchanan, pick either one of those guys.
Yeah, Simon from Ohio State, right?
Yeah. Those run guys, those guys can run a little bit.
Our guy from Oklahoma. The linebacker from Oklahoma,
Danny Stutzman. Like all those guys can run. Don't give me a linebacker that can't run and another linebacker that run worse than him. Don't give me those.
You're gonna stand on the table for this guy at 44, aren't you?
I'm standing on the table for Swessinger, Brian. Right? I love him so much, and I just see him fit with Overshown so well. Well. Let our ex-Bear linebacker lead the way for year one, and when he goes off into the sunset, let these young bucks take over. Brian, somebody was like, "Well, Voch, you just moving on from Louis Fowl. Louis Fowl had to fight for his life, and if it's a better dude here, Louis Fowl will rotate and find his way, or play teams or something." But go ahead, bro.
To you,
some shit gonna have to do some shit. Yo, Brian, look, when he on the field, look at this shit, Brian. When he on the field doing this to Caleb Johnson, he doing this. That's what he do. Please, better get Jack Kaiser up out of here. I'll take him in the undrafted, and he'll play on my punt block team or something.
My man is really good on special teams.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Jack Kaiser's good on special teams. All right, do you have another linebacker? Swessinger, you're right. I mean, do you need another linebacker?
When you have him, you don't. But Swessinger, you can go Kobe King, Chris Paul, Corey Simon. Either one of those guys would be just fine. Teddy Buchanan, all those guys would be just fine.
I tell you what, you pair this guy with Teddy Buchanan,
fire.
I'd be super happy about that.
Yep.
I'd be super happy about that, because I think Teddy Buchanan can cover too. I think Teddy Buchanan can run.
Yep. From
Cal. I mean, but you're right about King, Paul, Stutzman, Simon, those guys. Yeah.
And Brian, just one more point to what you're saying. I actually like Knight. I just think I think he's a Mike linebacker that needs to be surrounded by two other fast linebackers. My big problem with their example is you're surrounding him with a slow linebacker. That's my biggest problem there. So I just don't think that those two fit together necessarily.
Yeah. I think Kaiser, laid a lot of tackles in his life, made a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
But I kind of, but your UCLA kid is better. He is absolutely better for that.
44. Let's go.
44. Let's go. Do you in this drill we're doing? Are you okay with you're okay with all the secondary then?
The DBs are spot on.
We need to check Mickens and stuff like that.
I don't know Mickens, but I'm sure he's fine. The DBs are spot on. So Mickens, if he's going to be the down safety in the 4-2-5 situation, you can find either one of these safeties to go and be down safety guy. Lathan Ransom, you can get Castro or some Sanker to be like a down safety run stopping guy.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I need to take a peek at Mickens just to make sure about that. But anyway, well, that was the exercise today. Pro Football Focus was they put out there. We determined that they had some good fits.
They're BS, and that's what I determined.
We kind of helped them along. I know John Oning's going to watch this video. He always does. John, he watches the draft. John's a great guy. I think John's a good scout, but he's gonna probably.
John will tell you Kaiser ain't good. John will tell you that.
John's honest. Yeah. John's honest about his players. He sure is. Sure is.
Brian, what I will say though, and maybe one day we can, and we ain't got many one days to do this, but we'll take this same thought process and think about the guys that are on the team already.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll give us an idea of guys that they're possibly trying to move on from, because we were talking about Makuba as safety guy. So if we're running 4-2-5 and, it requires safeties to do a certain kind of thing, are we looking at him because maybe Donovan Wilson doesn't fit what they're trying to do? I think we should probably look at our roster to kind of figure that out maybe. Yeah,
I think to me that I think Makuba could do both.
Sure.
I think he could play the up and the back. But this might be more about getting a little bit better, coverage wise, coverage wise with that. So, where the previous group, Mike Zimmer and that staff, I remember talking to Zim before the season started, and he was okay with Hooker and he was okay with Wilson, but maybe this new group has come in and I'm not so sure. Yeah. Not so sure about those guys. So, hey, by the way, Golden on a visit today.
Yeah, for sure.
With him. Yeah. So
now anyway. Brian, if we draft him, I can't wait to be, what I'm saying, that guy. I can't wait to be, I call the guy, what I'm saying? But I think we had a really good conversation at the end of the show today, because I don't think it's just so cut and dry. I think the Cowboys and what they're looking for and how they're looking for those guys to fit, I think it might be a real conversation. We all think that Tet is the better player.
Who brought up the fact that you guys all went lockstep on McMillan, and it took the old man to say, I don't know, guys, I think they might take Golden.
What you want, a birthday present? What you want, Brian?
I would like a star or a cookie, either one. I just want to be able to show my mom, hey Mom, look what I got today.
I do have a gift for you, Brian.
Look what I got today. I got a star. I got a star.
Brian, I actually do have a gift for you, but I'm not going to give it to you until Draft 101. So you are going to get something special that Voch Lombardi.
Well, okay. But let's talk about this real quick. Real quick.
Hell yeah,
just
Brian.
Real quick.
Please.
Real quick. You just said, oh, I'll take Tet. I want in your heart, you want Matthew Golden on this team, don't you?
Well, Brian.
Yeah.
I can be
I can
be a bigger fan of Golden, but acknowledge that McMillan is the better player.
McMillan is a better player, but does Golden do something different? And the only reason I brought that up is I don't think they have a Golden type player speed-wise on this team. And I'm not going to include Turpin, who's under 6 foot tall.
I think Golden has the ability to get wide the hell open as a route runner, and I think that's important.
I think they're looking at that.
I think that's important.
I think they're looking.
And if this is going to be an offense that's built around being on time, McMillan gets off the ball a little slower. That's all right. That's all right. He's gonna
catch 80% of the balls thrown to him that way.
He's gonna catch everything. If you're gonna be an offense that's improvising things, then McMillan's gonna be your guy. But if we're gonna be a system that's on time and we're throwing to spots on the field, you know what I'm saying? Golden might benefit us a little bit more with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think Golden plays like Jamar Chase, like not as good as Jamar Chase, but he plays like him. You know what I'm saying? To where he can work in these different parts of the field and, you know what I'm saying, get himself open in these crosses and change his tempo with his routes and work different angles of the routes. And I think one thing that really taught me route running was being a fan of Dez Bryant, but then being a fan of Amari Cooper. Because when I watch Dez Bryant run these slants, Dez Bryant will go head fake and he'll run his slant every time. That was Dez's slants. Boom, boom. Yeah. On this channel, I have a video how Amari Cooper runs the slant 5 different ways. God. Brian, he could either break down and go. Yeah. He'll fake a fade route and go. Yeah. He'll fake a out route and go. He'll just run the damn slant. Yeah. Or, you know what I'm saying? He'll go over you, under you. Like, he was a technician in that way. I think Golden got a lot more in him as a route runner than McMillan does.
I do too. And I think that is the route running and the speed. Listen, this is just me. As you would say, a camera and a microphone guy. Yeah. Appreciate the opportunity, folks. I love McMillan. I absolutely do. I just wonder if they're everything that you're talking about with the route running and the separation and the speed is going to weigh more heavily with them than McMillan.
It might, Brian. It might. And then on top of that, Golden can make the weird circus catches too.
Oh yeah.
Because Quinn Ewers was throwing him some nonsense and he caught all of them. Yeah. I think it's gonna be closer than we think, Brian. And I think not that the combine should change how you feel, but if anything, the 40 time meant something to you. I think that 40 time meant a lot to these teams, Brian, bro. Let me just pull up a route. When you ask what does Golden do that McMillan just does not do, this play kind of comes to mind right here, Brian. Let me just run this for you. So we're gonna get and just watch how he sets up. Bam, whack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think how he plays with the leverage of the route, how he how he works in one working the boom outside foot, working the inside release, get upfield, leverage to the outside just to get back inside. You can see him. Yeah. You can see him start inside the hash, and he's working towards the outside just to get back inside and get back upfield. It's the small nuances like that I think separate Golden. And McMillan, to his credit, will just run downfield and jump over you. He can, which is fine, which is fine too. But I think in this offense and how Dak may like to operate, I think route running is going to mean a lot to him.
I do too. Either one. I mean, I personally, I have him as the fourth one, but I could understand why they would like this guy a lot. I can, and if they have him above McMillan and they have him above Burden and they have him above Ibuka, I can understand that. Sure. The fact that they brought all 4 of them in, that tells me something.
That means wide receiver is
a priority.
It's a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Bryan Broaddus, man, I'll tell you what, man. Let me tell you what I love about these kind of shows when you have games. I get to humbly, respectfully, Brian, I get to showcase the work that I've done. You know what I'm saying? So when you be like, you even open, Voch, it's unfair to you, but Brian, I'm always ready. It's never unfair to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I should have told you what I was going to do, but sometimes the element of surprise is really good. It makes you have to
trust me.
About it. Yeah.
But just, hey, Voch on the fly, give me a 3rd round offensive tackle. Voch on the fly, give me a 2nd round pass rush. Give me a this. Yeah. And I love to be able to just kind of run my mouth and talk because I'm long winded. Sure. I appreciate you giving this exercise to us, Bryan Broaddus. You did well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And for the rest of y'all hooligans, man, if y'all disagree with anything, Will Smith, look, you be wrong if you think Shamar Stewart and JT Tuimoloau are a good pass rushing with just a 4-man pass rushing tandem. If you think that, you be wrong.
You're not, you might have to bring 8 to get people
get them. But if you disagree,
good players,
verse the run Tuimoloau good, but damn, If you disagree about anything, man, or if you agree, go in the comments and let us know, man. We'll be reading those things tomorrow at 5 in the morning. I'm VOCHLOMBARDI. That's the GOAT over there. BRYN Broaddus. And hey, man, the draft right around the corner, so be sure to tap in with us. Draft 101. Come to it's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter. Address there is everything. You know what I'm saying? We got free Waterburg. Come out there, get something to eat, and ask us questions, and we'll tap in with you. All right, love y'all. Till next time. Crown.